the two hemispheres of the human brain have different genders and are actively trying to kill each other.
Oh my God.
Makes no sense, right?
Fucking crazy.
So obviously after he got pushed out, cheers, boys.
This is more like it. All right, we're retiring the tea. All right, fuck that shit off. All right, DZ spills it every episode anyway, so we're back on the whiskeys, bro.
Let's go.
This is way better. Henry like.
Henry does like.
Henry horny. Henry happy. Welcome back, guys. Another episode. Episode 147.
147.
Damn, man. We munching through these, man. Joey K, how's your week been? What's been happening?
Yeah, nothing much. Just been working, keeping busy. I signed up to Atmosphere. I left my mate's gym and went to go do a more holistic approach. You know what I mean? Bodies are feeling a bit sore doing the CrossFit kind of training. So now I'm doing 2 1-kilometer swims a week, sauna 4 times a week, usually after a swim, and then 1 upper body day, 1 lower body day, and then 1 yoga session a week. So I'm trying to use most of the facilities Atmosphere has to offer. Just because I feel like I need something more than just the weights or just CrossFit. I need to do something that's easy on the body, like swimming. Yeah. I didn't realize, like, obviously it's not hard to realize that underwater it's harder to move, right? But swimming, man, like I would do a kilometer in the pool, 200 meters on, 1 minute break, 200 meters on, 1 minute break. Bro, after the 5th round, like after that kilometer, I am gassed. Yeah. Like I feel like I've ran 6-7 Ks. Like it's just so much harder. But yeah, I just feel like I feel better doing that shit. And yeah, just overall trying to just work on my my ability to fucking stay not sore. You know what I mean? Like, and then just trying to stretch and stuff before training. And that sauna, man, 4 times a week, 20 minutes each. I feel like after 1 week, maybe it's placebo. I tend to do things like I pick up a new thing and I go, it's definitely working, man. Like, and I think it would after time, but it's not going to happen after a week, right? But I'm like, I've been doing it for 5 days straight, and I'm like, I'm a new man. Yeah. You know, I just hope it's not one of those things where I got to keep, because I'm now training myself now, like in terms of it's no longer real classes. I got to just stay motivated enough to keep pushing myself as much as I was in my mate's gym where it was classes. Because it's much easier to push yourself when you're in a class and they're telling you, you know, you got to push, you know what I mean? But I'm liking it, man. It's good. And the other day, they said to me that, so in the pools, they only have 4 lanes, right? It's a 50-meter pool. And they're like 2 of the lanes from 4 till 7 is like squad training. And then the other 2 lanes is like for leisurely swims. Usually it's like, you know how when you're at the gym and you're like, oh, how many sets do you have left? Or you can jump in with someone on a machine. The rule of thumb apparently in the pool is
50,000 people.
You can share a lane, right? So with one person, right? That's usually how it is. So I go in the pool and this guy's using it. I'm like, hey mate, can we just share the lane? He's like, yeah, sweet. Start sharing the lane, and then this guy, I don't know what, he had all the goggles and all that shit, all the gear. He started swimming, right? And he mustn't have looked at the blue line that's the center of the pool. Like when underwater, you know if you're going over to the other side because of the blue line. Yeah. I'm like this. Next minute, his hand just goes, like whacks me in the head. He's coming the other way, and he's going, oh, and he swim right into me. I'm like, he goes, sorry, bro. He keeps swimming. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway, I do a few more laps, break, a few more laps. Another guy comes in. So now there's 3 people in a pool, right? And then we start swimming at each other like this, and I start to look up and stop, and he's like, oh, and he swims, he dodges me and goes behind the other guy. So now there's 3 of us trying to swim in the one pool. And I'm like, man, what is happening, bro? Like, I thought there was an etiquette. Like, I'm new to swimming, so I don't know, you know, if it's the equivalent of a third person jumping into your squat rack. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a third person started jumping, and I was like, I feel like saying, hey, bro, like, me with my goggles on, it's hard to be serious when you're a fucking shower cap on. If I had the shits with someone or really confronting about, like, what it's like, I'd have to take the goggles off. You know what I'm saying? And I got the imprints of around the goggles. Like, how can you be serious? You know what I mean? So,
hey, you're in my lane, bro.
Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? Whatever. It's not. I have that problem where I think the world stops because I'm in the pool. As in, there should be no one else swimming. Me and one other guy. That's it.
The thunder god. Yeah. Oh my god.
So if my ancestors came from the sand, and I'm going in the pool. So
Jesus Christ. Well, what about you, Tori? What's been happening with you?
Sorry, I thought you were going to go to Dylan next.
Nah. See, you got to keep it spicy. You know, keep you on your toes, Queen.
Not much, honestly. I've just been doing some Europe stuff because we go in 64 days.
That's right.
Which is very exciting. So I've just been looking at booking a couple of tours and stuff like that. Did you guys know that it's the year of the Jubilee this year in Italy?
No.
What the fuck is that?
It's like the holiest year. And obviously Rome is like...
Of course, yeah.
They are expecting an extra 35 million
people
tourists. Yeah, this
good.
year.
And you're going there.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh,
Do
good luck.
we cross over with where they'll be going?
Yeah.
Bro, when me and Chloe were in Rome, we were struggling
You
to
were
get
bitching about
cabs
it.
and shit.
Yeah.
And bro, good luck, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you go to Rome?
No, we've never
We've
been.
never
to Rome.
been.
Bro.
So this is the first time. We've spent 3 weeks in Italy. So
I pray for you
But
guys,
we're not going to
bro.
be in Rome the whole time.
No.
We're going,
It's just in Rome. Like there's going to be more people in all of Italy, obviously, because of this.
yeah.
But because Rome is the holiest place,
Yeah.
obviously that's where they're anticipating the.
I wish you guys could see Tori's face. Iggy just took the most fucking obnoxious sip in
Your face.
yeah, ASMR. She doesn't do well with ASMR.
No, what the heck?
Bro, your face
That's so funny.
was like you just seen something foul.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Sorry. I was not
sorry,
meant to sip it
guys.
like that.
You did it in the microphone too. You can.
But other than that, nothing. I just been working. Just keeping my head down.
We move over to you, DZ.
Yeah, I've been good, man. Yeah, not a whole lot to report on it, honestly. Just same old. But music, I've been doing a lot of music, man. I got a good catalog backing up.
Yep.
I recorded a fucking awesome song last night that I left. You haven't heard it yet.
Yes, sweet.
I left the verse blank. I'm gonna send it to a couple people. I already sent it to one person, but we'll see. So yeah, definitely want to feature on that. That's a fucking cool song.
Yeah, cool.
We got a bunch of other stuff. That's about it, man. I can't really think of anything else that I've been up to be honest. It's been a very bland week.
I was going to say, how do you really have much time for anything else other than like when you're making music and you're really like going at it? And you got, your family and stuff. How are you supposed to juggle? Like, get much more in that plus work,
Well, it helps that I'm so fucking quick and crack that fucking music. So I can fucking
I feel like you just
do
get
it.
them out, eh?
Yeah, I
you just
can
get
do
them
it
out.
quick. If I feel it, man, I do it. Like last night, Rose and I were watching TV or whatever. Or she was watching that fucking apple cider vinegar shit. I wasn't watching. I was looking for beats, and it took me finding a beat took me longer than fucking
Recording the
song.
verse, yeah.
I was looking for a beat. I haven't like been in the trenches looking for a beat for that long in ages. But I was searching, finally found a beat. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. So I'm like, I'm gonna record something. She's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, right now. It was like 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
By nine,
when the idea's there, bro,
Yeah,
you gotta.
I can't let it go.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
go
let
over
it
to the wardrobe and you're like,
yeah, seriously, she had to pause the show and shit. And by 9:30, I was done. So
oh, no.
Yeah,
So-
see, that's what we want. But speaking of which, our collab with Megalodon Universe, another Glitch Hop track. I've been speaking to the label at Glitch Hop Community. Shout out to them. They've always released our Glitch Hop songs. They got like 100,000 subscribers in that. So shout out to them, bro. He's keen to upload it. I haven't even sent it to him yet. I just said, look, man, it's almost done. I'm going to send it to you as soon as it's done. If you like it, let's fucking run it again. So hopefully he likes it, and that will be like our 3rd or 4th release with them. So which is super dope. So shout out to that to you, bro. I don't know if it's like a group of them or whatever. I'm going to assume it's this one guy. So that's going to be done by today. So we'll release that. Me and you as the main artist. Megalodon will get the feature. Boom, boom, boom. So hopefully in a couple of weeks you guys will have that. I went to the Shook Crew event. I went to Levity. Fuck, what a night, bro. God damn, man. The scene, I do not remember it being this wild when I was DJing. Bro, these motherfuckers were bro, there was a bitch dressed as an elf, and I'm talking the whole pointy ears and everything. There was a furry in there.
should have got him on the pod.
Yeah, literally, I met an elf, a furry, and I met a guy like who was obviously a homosexual, but I'm talking like homosexual, bro. This guy had like a dog chain around his neck and shit, and he was like walking himself through the crowd. It was fucking insane.
Homo erectus.
And guess what? All is welcome
Just
at the
always
rave,
there.
my friend.
Yeah.
It was fucking sick, bro. It was sick. We're all there for the music. I don't give a fuck if you're black, blue, or purple, bro. That shit was fucking sick. It was so fun.
Where was it?
At the Burdekin Hotel, which I've DJ'd there before.
In Sydney, like city?
In the city, in the heart of the city, man. And it just gave me that fire, bro. Like Sydney, man. Like there's a beast that needs to be awakened here in Sydney.
Yeah.
And we're slowly waking that beast up, bro, because motherfuckers were in there going hard, bro. It was like mosh pits, bro. Furries fucking walking homosexuals through it was insane, bro. It was fucking insane. So shout out to Shook Crew. Been speaking to them. Hopefully some things are working out in the future with us.
Did you drive in or what?
Yes, I drove. I nominated myself to drive. Safe to say I will never be doing that again. I tried it. It's not for me.
What, the Deso driving part?
Yeah, the whole like Deso wholesome being like that's gay as fuck to me. Like I don't like it. Honestly, bro.
At an event, there's certain
I'll do that shit when I'm 65 years old,
Yeah.
bro. Like not now. Like don't get me wrong. I wasn't regretting it on the Saturday, obviously, right? Because it was on a Friday night. But like, I don't care what anyone says, bro. I still woke up groggy, obviously from the lack of sleep, the lack of water. I still woke up feeling like shit regardless. I just got over it quicker than I would have if I was hungover.
Yeah.
It's the only fucking difference, bro. Yeah. So all you guys that fucking say sober partying's lit and shit, stop lying, all right? Because you wake up still feeling like shit.
You know what, actually, that you say that the times I've been sober, right? You wake up the next day and for the whole day, you know that feeling when you're drunk and hungover, you got that empty, weird stomach feel.
You still have it.
You still have it.
You still have it.
It's weird, but you just don't have the head symptoms.
Yeah.
It's weird, man.
Yeah.
But that weird stomach, you know what I'm talking about? That weird stomach.
It's almost like that anxiety feeling kind of thing.
Empty
like
food maybe or something. It's a fucking weird feeling. But yeah, I still had that as well. Like after the event we did and shit when I was sober. I was saying to Rose and shit, I'm like, this is fucking weird, man. Like I still kind of feel fucked.
But nonetheless, though, it was still awesome. I still had a great time, even though I was dead sober. Right? It was great. But I'm just saying, to me, like I just love having 5 or 6 beers with the homies. You're jumping, when you're a bit drunk, you're a bit more like friendly, and your care factor's a bit lower, right? But regardless, it was still a fucking awesome night.
And I feel like you notice other drunk people more and how obnoxiously drunk some of them can be. And you're like, whereas if you're drunk as well, you'll kind of
you're a part of it.
You'll excuse them for their drunkenness because you're on that level as well. You know,
Yeah.
you'd probably be like, oh man, you just met me. Like we'll hang out after this for sure. You're such a
Yeah.
I got some photos at the live show with some of these guys, and he added me on Facebook on the spot. And then I'd see a story of him the next day, and I'm like, how do I have this guy? And then I'm like, oh shit, I'm with my phone. We've got pictures together.
But nonetheless, it was fucking awesome, sick night. So again, I'm hoping Sydney, we're on this little rise. I just feel like there's a few little nuts and bolts we got to work at together. But the problem is like I spoke in my solo pod, is that a lot of people don't want to work together. People try to turn it into this weird little you're a part of that clique and you're a part of this clique. So they only do things and have the same 7 DJs on, and then they do the same thing but only with their 7 DJs, rather than coming together and going, all right, man, let's fucking do this big ass event, or let's do these big events where get a DJ from that clique, so you bring your homies. Get a DJ from TJM Records, and I bring all the TJM. Then you get the DJ from that fucking company. They bring all but
that's the only way to do it when you're coming up, because you don't have that singular group that's
exactly
got
that singular crowd.
That's got that much pull over the listeners. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So there's things like that. As a lot of people kind of have to wake up to themselves a little bit, and I'm gonna try be the voice. I'm gonna try to be the bridge. It's hard. Because again, if you're not a part of the clique or the crew, they don't want to bar you. But I'm going to try my hardest to try weasel in there like the little weasel I am, and try to make shit happen.
Good at weaseling.
But for everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, what is it? Rising tides fucking raise all ships. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want ideally for Sydney. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's a few more things in the future with that. Shout out to Holloway. Released his album.
Oh yeah, the album's fucking good, man.
No pressure. That song's fucking sick. Right.
No
awesome
pressure.
song.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
I messaged him. The mastering was top notch. Again, one of my FriendlyFire old man complaints with mastering. The reason why I was very happy with his mastering was because 99% of you guys, whoever you guys get to do your mastering, it's change people. Or hit them up and say, man, give it another crack, because a lot of people, the mastering is letting them down. Where the mastering is supposed to make the track sound full, clean, bright, polished, ready for the radio. But I listen to a lot of fucking dudes shit, man. And the mastering, it sounds like muddy. It's not bright at all. The fucking vocals are like clashing with the low end and shit. So it's like, yeah. If you, again, people are probably paying some dude who's fucking smoking billies in his garage, paying him like $100 to do it. Like, dude, hit me up for your fucking mastering. I'll do it for free and it'll be a lot fucking better. Because there's a lot of things that I'm hearing and it's like, oh man, you're shooting yourself in the foot there. Again, not trying to be fucking mean. That's why I was nervous when Holloway released the album. I was like, please, bro. I hope this quality is like good. And it was. It's fucking top notch, bro. So I messaged him straight away. I was like, bro, the mastering on this is fucking awesome. And he goes, bro, thank you so much. Like, I really tried hard to get that quality. And I feel like he did that. So
yeah, he's too much of a perfectionist. He took. Yeah, I'm surprised that thing even fucking sees the light of day, to be honest. But yeah, it's very good, man. So you'd like it.
Yeah,
you'd like
I'll give it a listen. I didn't even know it dropped.
It's a good album, bro. It's a very good album. That takes us to, do we have any
We got a few. I wanted people to send in some unpopular opinions on Instagram. I thought that'd be fun, but I think I worded it poorly. I said, I forgot what they were called, unpopular opinions. I called them hot take. And I feel like when people hear hot take, it's like, I don't know, but I feel like if I said unpopular opinion, I would have got more responses.
Yeah, I agree. I think you definitely would have got some.
Yeah, but at the time...
So you called it a hot take?
Yeah, I called it a hot take, but we didn't get much of those. We just got a bunch of random shit. We got a lot of these things, but I'll go through a few of the best ones.
Yeah, go through the best ones.
Let's see where they start here, because there's a lot.
Because just quickly, me... Fun the God and Tori were speaking off air. There actually really isn't such thing as an unpopular opinion. It's just your opinion. But does that make sense? Like, there's no such thing.
Well, for the Reddit, you'll see I did unpopular opinions, and you'll see a lot of them aren't really that unpopular. They're just,
But they're probably unpopular compared to the
majority. Yeah, like it's weird. Anyway, what's up, FireCast? It's Friendly Fire here, owner of Tripjacker Mafia Records, and we're very proud to announce our new sponsorship with the Hydro Grip. They have a BPA-free bottle, and they have a magnet on top of the bottle. So you can film your sets at the gym for content, social media, if you run a podcast yourself. As you can see here, the phone's sitting very securely on top of this magnet. Very stable when it's full or empty. Super secure magnet, stays hot for 12 hours or cold for 24 hours. And 10% of all sales go to the Sydney's Children's Hospital, which we find super dope. So be sure to go over there and purchase yourself a bottle. And don't be shy to let them know that you're coming from the FireCast community so we can all spread the love. Thank you.
This one says, what's in your Spotify top songs right now, my G? I'll tell you, for me, is that fucking... you don't know me, but you know my face. And the whole game fly like a paper plane. She got the way I make her feel. Yeah, that's in my
How do you check? Or do you just like rattle off the top of your head?
Off the top of your head, I guess.
Mine's Cut You Off by Kendrick. We are just talking about that off air.
I also
Old school
discovered
Kendrick.
that, I don't know if you can do this on iPhone, but on Samsung, right? I only discovered recently that you can YouTube to MP3 and just download your local files and put them in your normal Spotify playlist, and it'll just shuffle with your... So all the songs that aren't on Spotify that I remembered from like fucking 2013 and shit when I was young, and they've never been on Spotify... I've been able now to listen. I've been bumping all the Eminem diss songs that aren't on Spotify.
Yeah, that's so annoying.
Do that. That's cool.
Yeah, there are a few songs where I had to YouTube search just to play them,
I've been bumping as well that No Comment by Alex Jones. Have you heard that song?
No.
With The Apprentice? Fuck, that's like the best Aussie rap song ever. Yeah, it's fucking mad. It's got like an African chorus and shit.
Oh, nice.
It's fucking mad. Let's see. This one says... If you were stuck in a threesome with your parents in doggy and the only way was to move back and take it from behind by your dad, or move forward and go balls deep in your mum.
I swear we've answered this before.
No, this is
We've
the hard
answered it like
hitting.
4
We've
times.
answered
Have
this
we?
before.
I don't
No, we
know.
haven't.
I don't-
Not
not this-
exactly this way.
Joey's keen to answer.
I feel like these are the topics that really perk my ears up, and it's the shit that needs to be talked about in the Oval Office. It's the backbone of our society. So I've thought about this long and hard through my childhood. No, I'm joking. That sounded dark. I feel like I would have to push back.
You can't.
I'll be a pillow biter. I don't give a shit. I am weaseling my way to the point where I'm backing up that much where mum's not even in my line of sight anymore, and it's just me and dad.
Iggy, Dylan, what would you guys do?
Yeah, I'm going back.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
I'll take it.
I'm going.
God, Dad's getting all the treats.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Fuck that. What about you?
You have to.
You're a
scissor your
female.
bum, like-
Yeah, I can't go
yeah,
in.
it's
I
not-
can't fuck my mom.
You're wearing
Yeah.
a strap on then.
That you're going
Well,
through
then
way
I'd
more
rather
effort.
fuck my mom.
Yeah, 'cause
because
it's not
fake.
real.
Yeah, but then you have to go through the effort of putting on the
Doesn't
strap
matter.
on.
No,
it's already
Oh,
on.
yeah,
It's
true.
already on.
Hey, true. Isn't it funny? It's the exact opposite of what's okay for a man is okay for a woman. Like we're happy to back up into our fathers, and then
I'm
it's just
happy
so
to fuck my
to
mom.
fuck your
Yeah.
mom. Yeah.
This is so stupid.
That's
Yeah.
fucked. Who the fuck said that? That's
don't know.
not even a hot take. What
Well,
the
I mean,
hell?
it's like the question, the age-old question as well. Would you rather eat out your mum or suck off your dad?
Yeah, right.
I don't think the people that have submitted these, just to clarify, Dylan was saying that these are two separate things. He did a hot take thing, which no one really responded to, and then he's got these anonymous ones.
Yeah, don't forget. This is all the same thread, right? It's all
Yeah.
anonymous. You click the link and send whatever you want.
Of
So
course.
on my story, I just put send a
Yeah,
hot
yeah.
take instead of just send us an anonymous message, just to
Yeah.
see. So these might be old as well,
Yeah.
since from last week. This one says dream job and why. I mean, for me, it'd be doing this music,
Yeah.
trading.
Trading's
That's it. That's the three for me.
Yeah,
Music
trading's
is-
my dream job.
If I can make a steady income, just enough to live from music, trading, and podcasting, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Dream job would be podcasting, but also
That would be fun though. Imagine if we could do this like just 3 times a week and we just record back up heaps of episodes.
I would
We
love
don't
to
have
just
go
make
work.
money off the pod, and I've always thought, not that I've shown any interest in this whatsoever. So this is hypothetical. So it's just, but I've watched too many like shows like of not intently, but like I've caught too many shows of the in America they have those real estate agents who are just popping off. You know what I mean? When they get good at it, the only thing is I've never showed any interest in that. But I feel like once you work a full commission, right? So if you're working in a real popular like expensive city and you start selling those big houses, the more commission. And I feel like I don't know, it would it's a job that would be like take you all over the world, and then you could just like.
Yeah,
Probably be good at it too.
Being good at real estate would be.
I could butter them up, but I don't know nothing about houses. So
Yeah.
I'll get them to the dance, and I'll be like, "So this house, blah blah blah." Crack jokes about. All right, so cut the crap. What's the actual facts about this house?
Yeah,
and I'm like, Tori.
This one says, did you hear about the vegan cult called Zizians?
Yes, I actually have a point about that. I wanted to bring up later. So
That's for the news.
We'll bring that
I
up.
did see something about
I
that.
saw the name maybe, but I don't know much else about it. This is probably one of the only actual real hot takes we got. Eminem is the most overrated popular rapper. He's pretty good, man.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, he's
Fuck
pretty
off,
good.
yeah, no,
Anyone who
it's-
actually thinks that's like a Gen Z or Alpha,
Yeah.
like below, like
Yeah,
no
yeah.
offense, bro. He
he is
you can't compare him.
crazy.
You know
Like,
the best,
lyric wise, man.
the best Eminem though is those disses, man. I've been
Yeah.
bumping those, man. I don't wanna be like this. I don't really wanna hurt no feelings, but I'm only being real when I say nobody wants to hear their grandfather rap.
But they dissed Ja Rule like 100 times.
Oh, bro.
How many disses
They wouldn't leave him
got
alone.
against Ja
They
Rule?
wouldn't leave him alone.
Oh, the poor fucker. There's so many.
So yeah, I disagree with that one.
Yeah,
honestly.
disagree fully.
I think he's
Whoever said that's definitely under the like probably 20-something years old.
Yeah, and they like mumble rap.
Yeah, probably.
And this is the type of stuff we'll get. And so someone's taking a piss. This is, what are your thoughts on George Floyd running for president? Like, what who
fuck?
sends this shit?
I can't even comment on that one.
No
Like,
comment.
yeah.
What's the stupidest thing you thought of as a kid?
We are
You
we are
thought
gonna have
as
to
a kid.
ban fan interactions on this fucking show. You
it's
guys are
even worse.
retards.
It's even
You
worse.
say what's your
Can I-
stupidest? What's your
What's the
stupidest thought?
stupidest thing you thought as a kid?
Can
So
I
something you
give a
thought.
suggestion? I feel like maybe I should have access to this and then I
And
should
yeah, and-
filter them
yes.
out.
I
and
feel
then
like, yeah.
I should-
Yeah.
I think some of these are fun. What do you mean? What's the stupidest thing you thought?
Banned.
As a
Well,
kid?
I
Ban
have
this
a
guy.
lot. I have a lot of them, but not that I could fully remember. The stupidest thing I thought as a kid.
I can't remember anything from when I was a kid.
No, I just remember a lot of stupid things that I thought of, not just as a kid, but as a young man. Like,
Well, that's, I mean,
I can't remember what I did this morning, motherfucker. How am I going to
Yeah.
remember what I did as a kid?
I don't know, man. I can't even comment on that one. So vague.
we also had someone. I think this person from Denmark was sending most of these. I don't know where this guy
Someone
come from.
from Denmark.
There's someone from Denmark because they say
Shout out to you, bro.
so they're saying all these. Look, they said what they said that. because they sent a few things here about something about Denmark. They said, "You boys are from Australia. Do you think we're a joke on the world stage compared to other countries?" See, but that sounds like they're talking about America or something. But then this person says they were sending all these facts about Denmark. Like,
hey, I mean, if we've actually got a listener from Denmark, that's pretty fucking cool.
They said, and then they started. I can't find the original one, but then they said they started sending the facts. I go, the oldest flag in the world, first acknowledged in 1219, is the Danish flag. Remains the oldest state flag in the world, still in use by an independent nation, turning 800 years. Has never looked better, and will celebrate it in true Danish birthday fashion. With a bunch of flags, of course.
Shout out to Denmark.
Is that even legit, Tori?
I mean, that's the Danish flag.
And then they said the average tax rate in Denmark is 49% compared to the Australia. This is crazy.
Okay.
Who is this? Shout out to you. All right, we're going to have to give Tori these.
These are, and then just...
Do we have anything else?
This one, the last one says, what's in store for TJM and FireCast this year?
Making money.
And we need to get animals on this show, man.
Yeah, I know.
One episode.
I want furry critters. I've been trying to do that for 8, bro. Oh, bro, we're this close, bro. I finally found someone who full agreed to do it and everything. She was going to come on here, give us a presentation, and then we realized that she was in Queensland and we were here. I was so gutted. I was so upset. I was like, no. I was like, damn it, man. Damn it. She had little crocodiles and shit, bro, little lizards. Yeah, or it was just a hobo from Queensland who had like fucking guinea pigs dressed as crocodiles or some shit.
That was actually the last most decent one. The real last one was, how much would someone have to pay you to swallow a load of cum?
Okay. So notice how I'm posturing for the most ridiculous questions.
No, all of you have to answer.
Yeah, I feel like
I'll do it for $1,000.
I would swallow. Are we talking like a guy who hasn't jerked off after like a month, or are we talking about
Joey, just
and how old is the guy who's cum I'm drinking? That's another thing.
Just sperm.
Just one load of cum.
One load. I'll just take a big load.
He always adds extravagant shit.
Just stick to the question, man.
So Iggy said $1,000.
Man, I'd have to have 10 G's, bro.
10,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably do it for 10 grand too.
Yeah. And even
Told
that,
you no.
like 10 grand.
10
like,
grand. Ooh, it's not much.
Yeah. I could do a lot with 10 grand, man.
Yeah, man.
You?
She's
Like,
done it for free. Yeah.
You guys are asking for 10 grand. Give me 10 grand.
Yeah, shit. Holy shit.
I'm doing that shit for free.
Yeah, she starts direct debiting me.
Your account just starts getting debited every week.
No, but look, honestly, the last weeks it's been good because I do normally filter them and try just to do the ones related to like an actual question we can answer.
Yeah.
But we got so much ridiculous shit this week. I
I
just felt like I
I
had
sometimes like a bit of ridiculous shit, but I like ridiculous shit that you can actually just drive off. You know what I mean? Some of the ridiculous shit you can't even do
It's too
anything
ridiculous.
with.
Danish facts are a bit hard.
The Danish facts, man. There was no point to the
One
facts.
of the questions in there, I think we didn't really give a good answer to, but
Sorry.
sorry. One of them you didn't really answer. But what if you could say one thing that is in store this year that you want to achieve for TJM or FireCast? Just one thing. Doesn't have to be a lot.
Yep.
But what's one thing?
Money.
Yeah. So for me, yeah,
Generating more income.
I feel like more income to with the pod.
Yeah. So like, I wanna really, hopefully by the end of this year, have a very steady income, especially with my trading and investments, right? To be able to start really funneling money into this shit. Which when I do that is going to be a big reshuffling of this whole fucking shit, right? So be aware. But that's the one thing I really want to change.
So a bit of remodeling.
Just that, but with actual financial backing to like if we want to go fucking somewhere random and I can just literally afford like to give you guys all the day off the next day and we go do something sick, we go do it, like shit like that. Like I mean proper financial backing for ideas for content and shit. Yeah. That's my goal.
I agree. I want to do more music videos, which I am trying, and vlogs and shit. Going out, playing golf, doing shit, fishing, recording funny shit. Doing funny, even those YouTube videos we'll do them for a while, shit like that. But we just don't have the time because I have to work 9 hours a fucking day.
I mean, I work not every Saturday, but every Saturday I try and work. But are we not free to do one of these on a Saturday or something, or is it hard on a
But
Saturday?
then we're busy as well.
That's true.
Because we work all week, and then on Saturday we have families,
Yeah.
friends. That's when your plans are.
Yeah.
So it's like it's
Yeah.
just fucking hard. If I could get rid of my job, even work part time. If I could get a part time job and do this the rest of the time, it'd be fucking awesome. So that's my goals. I just want to generate some fucking money from music, trading in. It's 3 income streams.
It's trading. Trading's the key.
Yeah,
I'm
100%
telling
is
you right
trading,
now, that is literally the fucking key. Like, there's no ifs or buts about it. Like, we have to get good at it.
Are we looking at another live show this year at some point?
Yes,
question.
I do want to do another live show, but like in the city. Like I said, I've met a lot of cool people already, and I've only been to like 3 or 2 dubstep things. I've done 1 set. I've been to 1 show, 2 shows, and then Levity. So I've done 1 set, and I've been to 3 events, and I've already met. Like, I gained like over 50 something followers on Instagram just from people I've been meeting and DJs and that. So obviously, I would like to do a show with a lot of these DJs that I've met, because they then bring their homies that are all new faces to Synergy and Trip Jacker Mafia. But then obviously, again, is ideally I would like a 2-room thing, hip hop in 1 room, the EDM sets in the other, and you just have them both absolutely pumping. That's the plan. But again, the biggest problem is trying to find the fucking place. Like, that's always the issue. Like, everyone that I've talked to so far that I've met in this scene that does events or side gigs and shit, it's all the same problem. It's finding places to do it, because venues can be like difficult. So, but I do. Synergy will be making some type of return in 2025, 100%. But it's going to be full balls deep in the city. I'm talking like fucking late as fuck rave type shit. Like, we're going hard. If you don't like it, you fucking stay home. Like, simple as that. Like, the last 2, especially the last show, I tried a bit too hard to accommodate for people, and that's where I fucked up. Like, I've got to, like, if I'm trying to accommodate too hard to get people there, then just don't come. Like, I'd rather you just not come, because then I can try to sell that ticket to a new face, a brand new face is going to come and go, oh, fuck, this is sick. Like, you know what I mean?
I think it's not about, it'd be easy to get bums in seats the more networking and the more well-known it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, our close friends will come, definitely. But I think just the more people that know, and the longer we keep doing this stuff, like the pod, the music, it'll just come, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Welcome to the Reddit Corner.
Let's go.
All right.
Where are those ears?
Joey really, he's taken the ears off Tory. He's like really claimed them.
I really would like to interview a furry.
Yeah.
If you're a furry, come
Hit
on
us
the
up.
show. Go to our website, fill out that form.
But you got to come
Tell us
fully
you're
dressed.
a furry.
Bring your kitty
Of
litter.
course. Well, I don't think they get out.
They're in it 24/7.
Aren't they?
I don't know. Fuck it.
You know, I've seen this video. There's this funny ass dude on TikTok who goes to these weird like furry conventions and shit, and he just like does stupid shit to the people. And there was these dudes. They had a little stand there, and they were selling diapers, and they were wearing diapers, like dead serious adult men in diapers, selling diapers, and if like it's just so bizarre. Like,
What do we got there, Tory?
No, furries do not wear their full fur suits all the time. Most only wear them on special occasions like parades, meetups, and conventions.
oh, where did this start? How did this happen?
I reckon the movie Cats or Cats and Dogs.
Oh,
Hey, Cat Dog.
Who did this?
there we don't judge, man.
What's the meaning of this?
We don't judge. It's funny as fuck.
It's like a branch of like you know. It's like a branch of, you know how there's like all the pronouns and all that. I feel like it's
like a
another
subgenre,
kind of subgenre.
Yeah, is there a who started this? Is there a
It says the furry fandom began in the 1980s at science fiction conventions when fans of
Anthropomorphic?
Yes, thank you. Characters started gathering. The term furry was used in fanzines in 1983. So I think it's really stemmed from the 80s.
They've been around for ages.
Yeah,
wow.
but they kind of look like, I feel like we've taken it to the next level because they kind of just look like people that are dressed up in
like mascots.
They look like mascots, whereas people, it's evolved.
Yeah.
They've just made cat ears from their fucking cloth that they have in the kitchen sink. And
I prefer the furries to the fucking adult diapers and the fucking walking on a leash and all that fucking stupid shit. You know what I mean? The furries they seem like good-hearted people most of the time.
yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I wouldn't invite them out for a drink.
No,
but,
I mean,
yeah.
but you know, yeah.
Each to their own, bro. Just keep walking. Just keep walking, bro. I'll smile and wave, but
don't stop.
That's the best you're gonna get from me. You don't come at me cocking your leg and on out of the tree.
See, but I think for the most part, fairies don't pretend. They don't think they're the animal. That's why I respect it a lot more than those people. I think they know they're a furry. They're in a furry costume, but they don't.
No, I don't know.
Isn't it
I
like,
think there's some
but they're in
people
character.
who actually think they're furry.
Yeah, they're in character, but like
regardless if they believe it or not, they're still doing the damn thing. Like,
I think there's tears.
Yeah, oh no, sorry, I'm normal. I actually know that I'm not shitting on the grass right now, but I'm pretending to. Like,
see, but that's what I mean. Like that's the more extreme one. I feel like the ones at the conventions and shit. They
go to the trough.
Yeah.
They go to the normal male toilet.
Yeah.
They do a shit in the cubicle. You know what I mean? They're not in the corner in a little box. Like random as the other day at work, I was so I had a big Frengo's dinner, and the next day I went to work, had breakfast on the way to work like I usually do, made my brekkie, had a double shot mocha from the cafe, right? Just went through me like crazy. I was like, oh shit, I need to go now. Like now. I just left my apprentice, ran to the toilet. I got down there and straight away just like this, right? And I'm like, oh God. And I'm like, it was one of those shits that it just made you feel dirty. Like I was like, oh, this is definitely going to take a bit to wipe. You know what I mean? And then about a minute or two later, some guy comes storming in, like just knocks over the door and he goes, and he starts, and I hear like, I'm talking projectile vomit, man. It's hitting the water with force. And I'm in the next cubicle over and I'm like, oh, is it that bad? You know what I mean? I'm like, did my shit. Obviously, this guy was sick at work. Right? He was literally feeling ill. But it was just funny because as soon as I'm like, did I make that vomiting experience worse? Because when he's vomiting, right in between heaves, you know how when you're trying to breathe and in between vomits, you go, have he just smelt shit from next door? And he's like, would it have been that bad? Or was I just like...
Do you want to know a fun fact about myself, right? Is that I've actually never been like that crook that I can remember that I've actually like vomited.
At work or in general?
Like in general, at work, at home. Like I just don't get sick.
So like not naturally, like you vomit from self-induced shit, like if you're hungover?
Yeah, no, I'll vomit from hangovers and that. But I mean like I've never actually been crook to the point where I sit there and I'm just like so sick I vomit.
Food poisoning or on the boat? Nothing?
No. I don't get sick, bro.
Not even Sail of Croatia when you lock yourself in the room and you're sick?
That's all.
Or you just call it that night. Weren't you feeling seasick?
Yeah, but even then I don't vomit. I just get like nauseous, so I just lay down and
vomiting has to be one of the worst things, like symptoms of sickness for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it seems terrible. On to the Reddit, I said unpopular opinion for Reddit. Right, there's a shitload of them. This person says weed is a gateway drug. Someone replied to that saying, weed's fine, you're just uptight. By your logic, oxygen is a bloody gateway drug.
That was
two different opinions.
Okay. I mean, if someone views oxygen and weed on the same necessity levels, is crazy. Yeah, I mean, that guy that answered that clearly smokes weed from sun up to sundown. I need my weed as much as my oxygen.
That response is obviously a bit of hyperbole, but the point is that weed's fine, and the other person saying weed's not fine. That's a gateway drug.
I think it's circumstantial, though. I think for some people it is a gateway drug.
Yeah, as is alcohol. That's a gateway drug. Anything that alters your ego and alters the way it's like psychedelic, right? Anything that has that hindrance on your bodily functions, it's like automatically you don't think the exact same. You're not so in quotes uptight. You might think, oh, I'm already high. What's a bit of this or what's a bit of that? It's like many things are kind of gateway drugs, right? But it's all on the person as well.
Depends on your mental.
If you have weed and you're a weak-minded person, you're a bit of a rubber arm, and there's other factors here, not just weed. You know what I mean?
This one's a good one to tie in with that point. Someone comments, alcohol and drug addiction is not a disease.
I disagree.
Yeah, no. They're thinking.
I
They're
disagree.
thinking. They're thinking it's a literal disease, like it's contagious, but it is a disease in terms of like you. No matter their whole brain chemistry, it literally changes. If you're an alcoholic, your brain chemistry is not the same.
Doesn't your brain do this thing where it literally like can't function without the shit? Like that's how bad you get with it.
If you Google how is addiction a disease, it says addiction is a disease. It's a chronic condition. The American Society of Addiction Medicine defines addiction as a chronic brain disorder. So again, addiction doesn't happen from having a lack of willpower or as a result of making bad decisions. Your brain chemistry changes with having an addiction.
Yeah, so therefore it is kind of like a disease, but they're thinking.
But you're not born with it, right?
No. It's
But
like an induced.
You can have like genes and you can
Correct.
be inclined to be, because your parents or whatever, if they had addiction problems, you're likely to have an addictive personality.
And that's
I
also
think.
that's also nurture as well. Like how it's not just chemical. It is chemical, but I feel like that's chemical due to the environment you're around at such a young age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like subconsciously transferred that need into you before you even know that it's possibly a need of yours.
So wait,
know
let's
what I mean?
let's see where we all sit on these unpopular opinions. So do we agree that weed is a gateway drug or not? I say no.
Let's
No.
not overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
Stick with a yes or a no.
She knows.
No.
Yeah, he's looking right at Joey,
She sees me high and go, I don't know.
No.
All these. Okay,
No,
it's not.
I think it can be.
Yeah, it's a tough one to answer.
It can be. Honestly, I enjoy weed, and I say it can be, but it's not the gateway drug. You know what I mean? And it's nor is it a gateway drug for everyone. But I think it can be given the person. That's the straight answer as I'm going to give.
And it is a disease.
Yes,
I agree.
I agree.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it is, but it's an interesting topic though, because you start off not with addiction, but you just like it so much, you keep doing it. Because you don't just have alcohol once or drugs once, and then your brain's boom addicted.
It's
no,
over time.
you keep going back.
But I feel like it does
and
change
back.
a little bit, even by one introduction of the substance. I think maybe not permanently.
No, I think it's impossible for your brain to actually change
Yeah?
on one time. I don't think it's actually like scientifically
But
possible.
you can develop diseases anyway.
Correct.
You know?
I don't know. That's a good one. It is a disease. I do agree, but it is like fully self-induced, unless like it's hereditary in genes, etc., etc.
Here's a good comparison. Addiction is a lot like other diseases, such as a heart disease. Both disrupt the normal, healthy functioning of an organ in the body. Both have serious harmful effects, and both, in many cases, are preventable and treatable. If left untreated, they can last a lifetime and can lead to death.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So you're not born with a heart disease. Like some people are, some people
Yeah.
are. Some people are also born with dependency on alcohol and drugs if they have addicts or people that have consumed it while they've been pregnant, mothers that have done it while they've been pregnant. So
Interesting.
I think that it is a disease.
Same.
Interesting topic.
What's yours, Vato? You got one?
I am taking Joey's place because he spent a lot of time doing the
News corner.
news corner.
Oh, nice.
So I have a couple these are pretty funny, to be honest. They're not that serious, but there's a couple that I found that were really funny. Someone said airplane food is good as fuck and should be sold as an upscale dinner.
No.
Okay, that person came from the hood.
What?
So that I think is definitely an unpopular opinion.
But can I say though, maybe it's the situation in where I consume the food on the plane. Because if I'm going across the world, like we'll be going to Europe soon. If they give me plane food and it's like those chipolatas that have been in there for days, and they're like
do kinda
chalky.
taste yum, though.
But I don't know why. It's like that chat. It's like you know what you're getting yourself into. You're not getting filet mignon on the plane, but I don't know why. Maybe like I said, I'm in the right mood because I know the plane food on the way there tastes way better than the plane food on the way back.
Yeah, because you're excited and shit.
Like give me
Fucking
that.
hell.
And I swear that plane food. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just because you're at high altitude. But I feel like I get gassy and like I can't shit on a plane. Maybe it's like your body. Like a Coke bottle that you leave in the airplane. You know how the Coke, if you leave a empty bottle, by the time that airplane lands, it's like really, the gas in it is like really tight. Maybe that happens inside your body. But every time I consume airplane food, I don't know if it's the pressure plus the food, but I don't shit. And when I try to shit, it's just like...
So you're all the cunt stinking out the whole plane.
Yeah.
On the 24-hour fucking flight.
Yeah.
This person says, people need qualification for owning pets. Too many pets get neglected or abused because the owners are incompetent. And someone replies saying, and for children.
Agreed.
I 100% agree, and I agree on the children too. I've
Same.
been very vocal about that, and I stand by that. You need a license, need to make it at least more difficult. If you want to have kids, you have kids. If you don't have kids, have a fine you pay or something to deter people from willy-nilly having, and none of this
Jail
fucking
time.
baby bonus shit, and people just junkies have kids for money. It's like, it's fucking terrible,
Or they
man.
just love busting in women. So
Why do
they just-
you junkies have kids and then get pit bulls?
Yeah.
Because they're stupid.
Why?
And they feed the pit bull better than the kid.
Yeah, like why? What? And why do junkies? Why do you cunts ride your bikes right in 45-degree heat? You're wearing trackies and then you have to pop a mono.
Yeah, and
You
your
have to
shirt's
do a
off.
wheelie.
Shirts off.
But you're wearing trackies and shit. It's 45. Like why do you? So stereotypical. It's fucking.
And they always walk like they're on a mission. Like me and Tori, we were going romantic Kingswood walk around the block, right? We hear sirens and stuff. And then we walk past this guy and Tori brings up, they always have the same walk. I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like,
They're on a mission.
They always have that, their hands out like this. And they're walking with their pelvis like a bit forward and they're like looking.
Yeah, they're
And they're
looking.
looking for something or
Yeah.
someone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're not just walking, like they're walking with a purpose.
they always walk with a purpose.
These motherfuckers looking for himself, bro. He's like, where the fuck am I,
He's
motherfucker?
looking for the dragon.
Yeah, this cunt.
He lost himself in an acid tab years ago. He's still trying to find himself.
Oh, this person sends a little list, right? So I'm going to read them out. Ready? Dot point. Marijuana should stay illegal. Homosexuality is wrong. Christ is the only way to heaven. Sex outside of marriage is wrong.
Wow.
What do we think,
I
people?
disagree with the
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's either rage bait or a super hard Christian or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just...
I disagree with that.
Disagree with them all.
It gets so weird when religion gets brought into... Yeah.
I agree with the first one. Weed should stay illegal.
Illegal?
Nah.
Yeah, illegal, yeah.
Why do you think that?
I don't know, like, at the end of the day, it is a drug. Don't give me that bullshit. It's a fucking
So is
plant.
alcohol. It's a lot
I know.
worse for you.
Yeah, but the whole, it's a plant, like, it's a drug,
I
right?
don't think you'd have this take.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Like, the second it becomes legal, right? It's legal in most places, which those places are fine. I don't know. I just feel like with us Aussies as well, because we're so OTT with everything we do, I feel like that'd be so... We're already idiots as it is and so slow. Can you imagine a fucking Gen Z at KFC Kentucky trying to serve you the cunt stoned?
You don't think America
'Cause he's
has
allowed
that
to?
problem or Canada? It'd be fine. It'll level out, you know. The people who are stoners will, you know, it naturalizes.
That's how slow they move.
Yeah,
and
but
shit.
I'll tell you, what's good about it, but you're going to get way less aggressive people because they're too confused at IGA because they don't know where the self-checkout is.
Yeah.
And they're like, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, but they're harmless. Like, they'll be like,
Yeah.
over this way. You
That
know
is
what I mean?
true. Everyone would also probably be a lot less hot-headed.
You know what I mean?
But then I don't know though, because it's Sydney, because everything's so hustle and bustle. It's just, you're still going to get flipped off in the car, but the guys are stoned as fuck. Fuck you, man. Like,
People think that like everyone would be a stoner in the whole country, but it clearly doesn't happen
No.
like that. The
It's
people
like-
who smoke will smoke. The people who don't
Yeah.
don't. You know.
Yeah.
It's,
And I feel like it's that thing where it's more, if it's more readily accessible, you're going to have, a lot of people abusing it, but you're also going to have a lot of people going, yeah, I smoked for like 8 years when it was legal and I just kind of got over it. It was always in my face. You know what I mean? It was everywhere and that's that. You know what I mean? So people should be able to just make their own decisions when it comes to, when there's already existing drugs like alcohol that is way worse for you, like you said, but it's so celebrated. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I agree.
Can't
What,
they-
what do
isn't
you got, Tori? You know? Sorry, what are you going to say?
isn't there a thing, in alcohol commercials, they can't make it like in the commercial that it makes your life better by any means. Like, I don't know, there's something about commercializing alcohol where they got to toe the line into spreading misinformation.
Yeah, there'd probably be
via,
strict rules about
you know what I
that,
mean?
yeah.
Like, the message can't be... Oh, yeah, this is hectic. It's kind of like sports bet where they go,
Yeah.
blah, 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 gamble responsibly.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? They have to put it like...
Glamorize it.
Yeah.
In Australia, alcohol advertising is regulated by the Alcohol Beverages Advertising Code, and they cannot target minors or people younger than 25. They cannot encourage excessive drinking. They cannot promote alcohol as a mood enhancer or a therapeutic solution. It cannot show alcohol being consumed in an activity that requires safety precautions, i.e. driving. Ads must represent alcohol in a socially responsible manner, and they must avoid encouraging unsafe behaviours.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
toeing the line, you know?
Interesting.
Okay, another unpopular opinion, and there's a little bit of a blurb with this. Dogs cannot be a man's best friend. The idea that dogs are a human's best friend is overrated. In fact, I wouldn't call them friends at all. Friendship is built on mutual understanding and emotional reciprocation and free choice. Dogs don't have the cognitive ability to truly understand human thoughts or morals. They stick around because they rely on humans for food, shelter, and care, not because they're loyal.
That is
that is a cat lover. That's just a cat lover, bro.
What a sad, depressed, fat, ugly bitch that person was. Are you fucking serious or what?
She's so. Oh, he or she is that much of a shit cunt where the dog doesn't even like him.
Yeah.
No.
What a.
Yeah, I think dogs are capable of picking up on emotional reads
100%.
to a certain extent. I'm not saying they can understand why you got the shits because you haven't had friendos in 2 weeks and but they body language they pick up.
Yes,
you know what I mean. If you take them for a walk at a certain time and you go walk and you get the lead, their ears perk up. They know, you know what I mean.
Bro,
they know routine.
My 2 dachshunds. You can ask Chloe this. When we plan to take them on a walk, we'll be like, say, in the wherever the bedroom. They're out there. We go. Well, we'll go for a quick walk. The second I start walking towards the drawer where their lead and harnesses are, they somehow fucking know. They come sprinting inside and they sit at the drawer and they just both start like happy crying and shit. They know just by the way I'm walking towards the drawer. Bro, ask Chloe this, bro. I'm not capping, bro. I'm sure every dog owner will tell you a similar story. They somehow fucking know. Right? The dog. Here's one for you. I feed my dogs every single day at 5 p.m. on the dot, right? How is it that my dogs know when it's 4:45 and I'm in here making music, they both start coming in here and start nudging at my feet and shit? How do they fucking know? They're not wearing watches. Yeah. And here's the other one for you, right? When it's daylight savings and the time goes back an hour, how does the dog still come in the room at 5 o'clock? Technically, he should be coming in at 6 p.m., but the dogs know. Yeah. They somehow know that the time has gone back and they still come at 5 o'clock. How? Yeah. I don't know. He's got a secret watch in his kennel outside or a clock in the wall or something. It spins me out every fucking time. My dogs do it every time. Daylight savings, they know. And they come in, they start nudging my feet because they want food 5 minutes before 5 o'clock. Yeah. It's fucking trippy.
And not just that, how many dog videos have you seen where it's like, we are not deserving of dogs and they save someone or they, you know what I mean? Like, bro, that's as if that's not the most friendliest animal we have in our fucking society today.
Fucking depressed, ugly bitch.
Yeah, you need to go see a therapist.
Yeah. You said that was a cat person, but I'm a cat person too, I'd say. But I still even, like, you can just see dogs are happy, man. They're happy to be there. They're clearly not a slave like this fucking motherfucker's making it out.
So we all disagree.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay.
All right, I've got one.
Imagine if there was some hidden meeting and they were like, they didn't even like us, but they were like, oh, I'm a slave. You know?
There is nothing wrong with incest if it's between 2 consenting adults.
Wow.
Where did you find these?
I agree.
Yeah, shit.
That's clearly wrong.
Yeah. That is fucking disgusting.
Someone taking
They've been hanging out with the Whitakers in the Appalachian Mountains.
This one says that we as a species are essentially a plague of locusts on our environment and are too stupid and selfish to correct it in time. Dumb apes playing with fire. We have no idea how to control. We need to go extinct for the betterment of everything else.
Okay.
And someone says no truer words, just smart enough to be dangerous.
I do believe that humans have caused a lot of damage to this earth. I do believe that there's some things we have made, better, definitely. But I do believe we're also the cause of a lot of harm.
If God didn't want it to be the way it is, it wouldn't be the way it is. That's how I feel about this type of shit. Everything is exactly as it's meant to be.
Yes. Everything has happened the way it was supposed to.
Can things be better? Of course they can. And I feel like they are over time as time progresses. But yeah, I feel like we fuck up a lot. But you got 9 billion motherfuckers on the fucking planet, There's going to be some bad fucking actors,
And we're, as far as we know, the only beings on Earth. So, of course, humans fuck it up because we're the only thing on this fucking planet. You know what I'm saying?
There's more good than bad is what I feel like,
Yeah, good always wins, man.
Even though there's always a news headline that you think, this is a fucking simulation. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, this is like, some of the shit that happens in the world, you're like, I could watch that as a movie. Like, that's a plot line.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of those, like, sometimes with life, when it happens, you read about shit and you're like, that's like one of those movies you look at each other at the end and you're like, what did I just watch?
Bro, truth is stranger than fiction. And that saying is so fucking true. It's crazy. Like, especially these days.
Yeah.
I got one more. If you have overweight children, you are a neglectful parent. doing nothing about it. If your children have a condition that will likely cause them nothing but physical and mental health problems for the rest of their lives, it's just as bad as not feeding your children to the point that they're malnourished. As the parent, you put the food on the table, you have to take responsibility for your child's eating habits.
Yeah, but do you know how imprinted that big M is on children's brain as soon as you give them a bit of Macca's?
That's on the parent, man. I kind of agree. I agree. I mean, to the point where your kid is fat. Like, some people are predispositioned to fucking gain weight easier and stuff. Like, it is a genetic thing, but to the point where the kid is fucking fat. Fat. Like, you see these fucking tater tots walking around and shit. Like, that's kind of fucked up.
Tater tots.
And the parent, you look at the parents and they're fucking fat as fuck too.
That's usually the problem.
I think we've said this on the podcast. I feel the most judgmental when I walk into Macca's and I see a fat family feasting on a McFeast, and I'm like, and then I order my Macca's. Like, it's fine for me, but I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
That kid has no hope.
I have a couple of rapid fire ones that are just really funny. So just give your yes or no. Let's not spend too much time on it. Being too busy to text back is just an excuse. No one is that busy.
Agree.
Yeah, I kind of agree. You might forget though.
Bro, the fact that everyone's fucking like this 24/7 on your
too
fucking
busy
phone.
to text, but too busy to text back is...
Joey, yes or no?
Yes or no?
Yes.
Love you, but
Next.
yes or no.
Damn it.
I won't say that one. Salad should be eaten with a spoon.
No. I can't
crazy?
eat anything with a spoon. It icks me. No way.
The lettuce too big.
Agreed. The gym.
That's so foreign.
Lettuce too big.
It's so foreign, eh? Lettuce too big.
The gym is more enjoyable without headphones.
No.
That's a troll,
way.
That's a killer.
I had to do that 2 days ago. It was terrible.
This last one, a little bit of a context with it, that says, stop letting random people remix songs. It's honestly annoying hearing random remixes on the radio. I don't think taking people's already good music and adding complete random bullshit to it is good for anyone.
No, I disagree, man.
Disagree.
It's music. Do what you want.
I disagree.
Subjective, you know?
Disagree.
Art form.
Cool.
Yeah.
You don't like it, move on.
Because I've enjoyed some remixes better than the original.
Yeah,
Every
fucking
now and then, there'll be a remix.
fucking oath.
Agreed. That's it.
That's it? Wow. Okay. Guys, let us know in the anon. Don't send us facts about,
Denmark.
where you're from, but just let us know if you agree or disagree with any of those, points. There were some good ones in there. That takes us to
The news.
Yeah, but
The news you can trust. The news you can trust. Only believe what we say.
in today's news corner, we have 7 furries sucking each other's pussy flaps at the convention.
You go first, man, because you're
Yum,
pretty
yum, yum, yum.
excited.
Well, I mean, we've
Yeah.
already brought it up, so I might as well just drop knowledge on everyone.
Yep.
But someone just brought up recently
The vegans?
the vegan,
Yes.
the radical vegan
How can
cult.
you be a radical
right?
fucking
First
vegan?
of all, being a vegan is radical enough. Like, radical is it's the same thing.
You're a radical
But,
vegan.
The leader of a bizarre vegan cult, Jack Lasoda, has been arrested, and a group of 7 other people have been linked to deaths across the country.
Oh.
So,
You're killing
not.
So they don't like killing animals, but they'll kill people.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. They're all for tofu and death. So not long ago, they were just a group of young, talented tech people trying to save the world. So I bet you're wondering, like, how the fuck did it get to this? Well, Jack Lasoda, a trans woman, was pushed out of a radical online movement called the Rationalist Movement after Jack's ideas were too extreme even for them. One of his ideas was now this makes no sense. The 2 hemispheres of the human brain have different genders and are actively trying to kill each other.
Oh my god.
Makes no sense, right?
Fucking crazy.
So obviously after he got pushed out, these ideas just didn't leave his head, right? So he created a group in what was known, he made an online account called Ziz, Z-I-Z, and then he created a group which was called the Zizians. So they were tired of being called keyboard warriors all the time. They wanted to take their ideas and, into the physical world and do something about them and create a place where they can discuss all these ideas. So they ended up chipped in to buy an old 1940s, like World War II tugboat, and it was all rusty and shit, but they all bought it, right? And their idea was to create a community on the water, right? That would live on the boat. To escape the norms and the rules of society that hold them down. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so it gets worse because eventually, right? They 2017 they bought this boat. 5 years, right? They were living on this boat.
Oh shit!
Yeah, 5 whole years, right?
Oh shit! Okay.
And eventually, people that would see them come in and off the dock, they would just refer to them as dirty, isolated
hobos.
Dirty, isolated, feral humans. They literally, in quotes, referred to them as that. And eventually, right, in 2022, the boat, because it was already rusty, started sinking. Right?
Help! I don't want to be a vegan anymore.
This boat literally started sinking, bro. So after 5 years, the boat started sinking, and then eventually that was when they got forced to, go on land finally, right? And this is where it gets dark, right? This is where it gets dark. So they met an 82-year-old man called Curtis Lind, right? And he was the owner of this trailer park. And he rented this trailer space out for them for $2,000 USD a month. At the start, everything was going swell, right? And then they stopped paying.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is where it gets... they stopped paying, right?
Laughing or no? No, okay.
It's kind of crazy.
All right, let me get it
out. So they stopped paying, and he obviously confronted them, and then they attacked him, right? They eventually attacked him, and they stabbed him in the chest with a sword, and they also blinded him in his right eye, right? Despite these injuries, he managed to shoot 2 of his attackers, fatally killing one of them, 31-year-old Emma Baranian. And he actually ended up surviving, right?
Oh, shit.
He survived that. Now, fast forward 3 years, just last month.
Wait, did you say he was 80?
82.
Fuck.
82 years old, right? So he survived. Fast forward 3 years, okay? Just last month, only days before he was due to go to court to testify against the Zizians for what they'd done, Curtis was fatally stabbed in his neck outside his own place by one of the Zizians, Maximilian Schneider, successfully stopping him from ever testifying.
Oh my God.
Now, this is just the start, right? This is the start of all these strings of murders. Another Zizian member, Michelle, was arrested after both her parents were found shot dead inside her home. And also last month, 2 other Zizians got into a full shootout with the border agents at the Canadian border, which resulted in the death of one of the members and a death of one of the officers.
How many of these cunts are there?
There's like 8, 10.
Wow.
All this led to the most recent... inside the car on the border, when they got into a shootout, they found night vision, goggles, tactical gear, and an arsenal of weapons, right? So I don't know how we got from veganism to tactical gear.
What the fuck?
But all this led to the most recent arrest of their leader, Jack Lasota. And still, right, they thought, maybe it's gone now. We've arrested the head honcho. No, there's still many of them now on the loose, and they don't know when they're plotting their next attack. But
what the fuck?
It kind of gives the Marilyn Manson vibes. You remember how the CIA, they dabbed him up and they had this whole hippie movement? It's giving a bit of that, you know what I mean? But
where does the whole vegan shit come into it?
They don't correlate. I don't know.
Where's the vegan?
Are you ready? The moral of the story here. Eat some fucking meat, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll put some it'll give you some brain capacity to realize right from wrong. I don't know how. It's so random.
These cunts are obviously just deranged, and then it's a community of people who are outcasts and are also fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
And they all come together and they have these wacky ideas.
And if you see the photos of all of them, but I don't know if you can bring it up, but they look like the people that you see in the yearbook, and they're at the very back, and it's like, what's your goals? And it's like, to live this monstrous life.
They should.
Yeah,
like, they say something
she looks like from Lord of the Rings.
She looks like she's going to shoot the school up.
You know, we should just get them a new boat and send them away.
Is there any info, Tori, on the... Oh my God.
It looks like something out of the hills have eyes, you know? Hillbillies.
Holy shit. There's just a bunch of really ugly people.
Yeah, lock them up, bro.
Is there any info there, Tori, on what the fuck's happening?
Everything Joey said is pretty much spot on.
And I'll tell you what's crazy, right? The only thing, if that boat didn't rust and therefore sink, they'd still be out there, right?
Yeah,
And this poor 82-year-old is like, hey, I have my trailer park, have a space in there. You know what I mean? And as soon as they stop paying...
Man, couldn't they do something better with their money instead of buying a rusty tugboat? And I mean, look, at this point, we should just
How about
away.
book some therapy?
Hopefully, a cyclone picks them up, takes them to fucking North Sentinel Island or something. They get shot bow and arrows. But
That's like a bunch of crazy deranged pirates.
This is morbid, man.
Right?
A bunch of gay, deranged, tranny pirates.
Yeah, that eat tofu and that's it.
Yeah, what were they eating? So they'd come on the land to collect food and scraps and shit.
Yeah. And apparently they looked just feral. Like there's photos of them as well.
If they've got no money on the boat, how are they getting supplies?
How are they getting money? Yeah.
I don't know. Like that's what I mean. But when you're like that deranged, right, you can kind of make it work.
Maybe they
you know
just
what I'm saying?
stole. They came on the land and stole groceries.
Who knows? They might be waiting outside some fucking takeaway shop and they throw out the excess food in the bins and they like people make it work, right?
I still find it funny how all the the headlines have the word vegan cult.
and trans.
But not once has the vegan made any sense to anything that they're doing.
I thought by the end of the story that it'd wrap up to like, and then they actually had maybe one day a cube of tofu killed their mum while she was swallowing it. So they're like, I'm vegan, but I'm like, I can't. I don't know. There's nothing that originates to the word vegan other than the fact that.
I think just because their leader started off in a vegan group and it just devolved from there.
Interesting.
I also just want to add one more fact to this, which I just found. A former Zizian cult member, widely believed to have died by suicide, is actually alive and is hiding from the group. Gwen Danielson, thought to have died in 2022, even by a lawyer that was representing her, advises that she's actually been lying low at an undisclosed location. Danielson
at a steakhouse
is transgender and legally became a woman in 2017. However, she fears for her life after she had a fallout with the group.
Oh gosh,
guys, we should just have sirloin.
Lots of crazy stuff.
So the trannies are just on the loose.
But this is what I'm talking about, where stories like that, it is a simulation. This is a movie plot, right? It's not necessarily a good movie, right? It's a movie that has you going, the credits roll up and you're like, what the fuck? Why were they vegan? You know, but this shit.
Any credit, we eat tofu.
Yeah,
That's it.
It's like Shutter Island ending before the full recap, and you're like, what's happened?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. God damn.
so when we're going to work, we're doing our normal things. Stories like this, right? I know they're bad, but selfishly, I go like, we're doing okay. If I ever look across from you on a rusty tugboat, right, and we're eating nothing but tofu and maybe rat carcasses,
FireCast has gone downhill.
Then we'll rethink remodeling.
So if they just had a better boat, they would be leaving everyone alone. Out on the sea.
The boat sunk. They went on a fucking rampage.
Fucking dirty sea people.
That is fucking
I think that was quite funny, even though it's not. It's morbid, but
it's obviously outrageous.
What happens to the 82-year-old man and the people that they've killed and stuff, like, that's pretty morbid. But it's just like the origin story, the headline vegan, and it has nothing to do with them being vegan other than they're just murderous vegans. Like,
bro, you know what's been making me fucking crack up, bro? Fucking Drake released that Spanish song, and everyone's saying that Kendrick has to diss him again. And the guy who I think I've sent all of you TikToks on it, and the guy's going, "I want to meet your mother." He's like screaming it into the fucking mic.
So what, is this Spanish song? Does it go alright or is it shit?
I don't know, bro.
I didn't know Drake spoke Spanish.
He doesn't.
When we say speak Spanish, if I had lyrics on the screen and I could practice pronouncing it, I could probably do Spanish, right? It's not. Yeah, he's reading it, right? And you can read Spanish easy than most languages.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I think
he's trying to be the Bad Bunny kind of vibes because he does look like another Bad Bunny, but like the Canadian version. Don't you think a little bit? Like, obviously they're different in terms of their skills, but I'm saying on face value, you would think vibe, Bad Bunny's kind of the same vibe, you know? Minus the liking... Minus. Nah.
There was also, you're going to have to look this one up, Tori, that Apple and the UK, something happened where the UK actually won a bid against Apple to share everyone's privacy or something along...
Well, now the UK, they can't have their stuff on an iCloud where it's inaccessible. Now their shit is always accessible, I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong,
right.
But they can't store their shit on iCloud like we can, where it's just saved to our...
The UK... is the reason as well why they changed from the lightning cable to the USB-C. So the UK's got all these weird laws with the fucking iPhones, and they keep having to change shit because of the UK. So that's crazy. So that you can't have privacy.
No, yeah, well, that's what all the comments on the video are saying. It's like, what the fuck, the UK is going backwards. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the whole world's always complaining that we all think the government's watching us and listening to our shit, even though they already know everything about us. The UK apparently took a step backwards and lost more privacy rather than trying to regain privacy. I don't know.
Unfortunately, the whole I want privacy thing, it's that unattainable now that if you try to work against it, they're going to make it harder for you in other aspects. You know what I'm saying? They're going to kind of put you in a corner and be like, hey, but now you don't have any privacy on your iCloud.
The UK always does stupid shit, man. They've got these dumb laws, man.
Apple has made headlines by pulling its most advanced data security tool for UK customers. It is removing Advanced Data Protection, or ADP, after the Home Office asked for the right to be able to access data which it is applied to, something even Apple itself cannot currently do. Rather than comply with that request on Friday, the tech giant said it would halt new UK sign-ups to the tool and would remove existing user data at a later date. What is the Apple's Advanced Data Protection? It's an opt-in data security tool designed to provide users of the device, such as iPhones, with a more secure way to protect the data stored on the iCloud account. It includes backups, photos, notes, and voice memos, and anything stored in there.
Yeah, I don't know enough about this. You're speaking Chinese to me, man. So I don't know. It sounds kind of dystopian, but I don't fucking understand it really.
It's just, at the end of the day, who gives a shit? Just give in.
Yeah.
Give in, bro.
Yeah,
when you're beaten off over Pornhub, someone's watching you across the world.
Yeah,
Climax.
you can't really fight it at this point. We're in too deep, bruh.
Yeah.
We're in way too deep.
Another thing I don't understand is, did you see this new state of matter that Microsoft has created?
Yes.
It's
Can
fucking
I read
crazy.
a whole bunch about that. Tori, can I take your job for a bit?
It's a phase of matter that only exists at a quantum level.
Yes.
Yeah.
What does that mean, though?
Oh, I don't know.
Like
so
Iron Man from Marvel, how he's got that Jarvis
with
thing.
Jarvis. So he's like, we'll be able to apparently. So for example, your tattoo, right? After a while, your tattoo, I might be wrong, discolors this and that, whatever. This quantum computing can apparently hold the what am I trying to say? Hold the quality of things. Like for example, if you like a tattoo will just stay as
like
fresh, vibrant. Like
Wow.
that's only a little part of it. I know I'm missing out a lot, but that's an example I hear.
The way I understand the main implication of it is like they can come up with solutions and cures and things instantaneously. So now this new state of matter can run through equations and things so quickly that, like, say they want to discover a cure for cancer, they would have to spend years and years and years going through trial and error of what molecules and what things go together. But this quantum fucking state of matter can run through all these trial and error examples in a millisecond, and you can figure out which chemicals work together and what things do what. And with extreme accuracy. So then they can save a lot of time and energy coming up with cures for diseases and shit like that. That's what I got.
How do they even invent that, though?
So it's they made a chip called the Majorana 1, and it has more computational power, right, than the whole combined computational power in the world. So this one chip,
the
and they've
fuck?
made 8 of them.
And it fits in the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
I don't get it. How do they make that, though?
So
It's not a liquid, not a gas,
that
not a
Yeah,
solid.
it's a new thing.
Yeah.
Like, how crazy.
Yeah, this is
Topological.
Bro, I've got to give it to him. It looks like stylish.
It's called topological state. The topological state is what it's called. But I don't know how it's made. It doesn't. It kind of loses me. Like quantum computing and what it does and how it's made and what ways that it'll benefit us as a human race and society. Sometimes I get lost in it, as in like. It's like that thing where you're talking about light years. We're not used to measuring in that. So it's like quantum
It's
computing.
impossible to wrap your head around.
As I
This-
say, is there anything there, Tori, that kind of helps explain it in like a simplified form? Or no?
I'm on Microsoft's website, and it pretty much just says Microsoft today induced. What is it called? Majorana?
Majorana?
Majorana? Yeah.
Majorana.
The world's first quantum chip powered by a new topological core architecture that it expects will realize quantum computers capable of solving meaningful industrial scale problems in years, not decades. It leverages the world's first topoconductor, which I have to Google what that means, which is a breakthrough type of material that can observe and control the Majorana particles to produce more reliable and scalable qubits. I know that that's kind of speaking in a lot of the articles are like that. I just read 3 articles and they're all like that.
It's just hard to wrap your head around for us. But basically, they can come up with stuff a lot quicker. Like, and from what my understanding, it's still early stages though. So even though they still have a lot to go before they can actually implement this shit. They still got to make the hardware and all that shit.
But they've created the new state nonetheless.
This stuff just fucking shows me that like we're living a fucking movie or simulation because the way everything happens such perfectly timed. It's like how I always talk about we're going to be living Futurama and shit. It literally happens all together, and it goes like you hear people talking about it, and then this thing comes out 4 weeks later, and it's like, oh, the next stage, and like just to prove that, did you see the fucking flying car that they showed off, that new fucking flying car?
No, I
Who
haven't
was
seen
it? A Californian company showed a car doing a vertical takeoff, and it literally looks like a Futurama car. It's a car with no and it's flying.
That's cool.
And it flies over a car. And it's like it's happening at the same time as this quantum computing thing, and it's happening at the same time. It's like a movie.
Yeah, like
This
all the
is-
puzzle pieces will eventually.
like it's just bizarre, and we're literally going to be living that. Like it will be futuristic as fuck.
I hope before we pass that we'll get to experience a bit of the
We will.
Futurama life.
100% we will.
Surely by the year 3000, that's definitely
before.
Way before.
Look how quick everything's going, bro.
Yeah.
Like 50 years, it's going to be unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon 50 years shit's gonna get gnarly.
Bro, you'll be crazy, man.
A couple examples actually of what they're hoping it can do. For instance, it could help solve the difficult chemistry question of why materials suffer corrosion or cracks. This could lead
Like
to
tatters.
self-healing materials that repair cracks in bridges or airplanes, shattered phone screens or scratched car doors.
That's crazy.
So they can if you run into your garage and all the bricks are broken, it'll just refix itself.
like a simulator, like Fortnite or some shit, bro.
Another example, enzymes, a kind of biological catalyst, could be harnessed more effectively in healthcare and agriculture thanks to accurate calculations about their behavior that only quantum computing can provide. This can lead to breakthroughs helping to eradicate global hunger by boosting soil fertility to increase yields or promoting sustainable growth of foods in harsh climates.
How does the computer chip do that?
I
Like,
know.
What?
I know. I
This-
know.
The
That's why when I seen this come up, I was like, I'm gonna leave this one to Tori, the fact checking,
I actually can't wrap my head
It's
around
like
it. What the fuck?
That's what the Oasis Ready Player One's going to be made of, man. We're gonna
like,
be
are you
living
actually
in
gonna
this
like to do this? Is it like a touchscreen Jarvis thing?
shit. Yeah, like where's it come from?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's hard to fucking. Tori, can you look up this fucking flying car to show Joey? I want Joey to see this fucking.
I'm
flying
picturing
car, bro.
Ronald Weasley in his mum's blue car.
Fucking Ronald McDonald fucking.
Like it literally looks like the movies and sci-fi. Like, look at that fucking thing, man.
Hold on, it's just loading. This is in Europe, right?
It was a Californian company, but it might be in Europe where they did the.
it looks ugly as fuck
it's
too.
it's
Like
a,
an
it's an
ugly
old
ass.
school car.
It's an ad. Sorry, just wait. I'm really getting over these ads. Here we go. What? This looks fake.
It looks
real.
Like, it looks like people.
That looks like a guy in a
carrying
car
the-
suit, cunt.
Yeah.
That's not real.
It is real.
I can see his legs.
Hold on. This is Half Moon Bay, California, 24th of February, 2020.
So obviously they didn't go for looks or styles just yet.
Yeah,
They're just trying
just
to make the fucking
practicality.
things float.
But
yeah.
doesn't that look like the Futurama cars and
I
shit?
think that's a Zizian's tugboat.
Hold on. It's going to pick.
I only saw a small clip. I didn't see all
Here we
this
go.
shit.
Here we go.
Oh. Oh.
No
Oh!
way.
Oh. oh. Oh my
It just gets
god.
sucks up in a tornado.
That's fake, bro.
I mean, it doesn't look
It's
great yet.
yeah, no,
but
that's fake
That's
as.
crazy, man.
Imagine the traffic. Imagine the traffic you could avoid.
wonky ass and shit.
So
while I
you
fly.
don't watch the shit I send you, motherfucker?
No,
And
not yet.
Yeah, I know you don't because you send me the same
Wow.
video. I just sent you
Yeah.
2
That's what
videos.
fucking Chloe does to me.
I hate when that happens.
Oh man, so that's crazy, bro.
That
Like,
is
imagine
nuts.
the more people that get that though, you'll have just air traffic instead
Exactly.
of on the road. It's
It
going to be
doesn't-
traffic in the air.
It doesn't solve any problems.
Bro.
It just takes the problems to the
I
next
promise
spot.
you, it's
That's all
gonna
it does.
Futurama.
but
It'll be
if you
Star
crash,
Wars.
it makes it like more deadly though, more fatal.
You'll be on those top floor. Yeah, but the cars will probably be driving themselves with AI. That's
Yeah.
the thing, right? We'll be in these flying cars, but they'll have like a path already outlined, and they just fly in a line. Like that's what it, bro. I'm telling you, I promise
Bro.
you, it'll be like that.
Here we go. Aleph is designing and developing the world's first real flying car. So this is a brand that we just looked at. Designed to drive on the street and take off vertically when needed and fly overhead above traffic. We're building the solution to the issues of modern congestion.
See, and it's funny too because Elon Musk's company is trying to tackle the same problem, but by going underground in the tunnels, right? The Boring Company. So, in the future, say 20 years, are there going to be cars still on the road going underground and cars flying as well, or like?
It's about upper
Yeah.
upper
You know
middle
what I mean?
upper or
Like-
middle class. The lower class will still be on the road,
Yeah.
and then the
The
kind of
rich
rich ones
people.
will be underground, but the billionaires will be flying
That's crazy.
Guess how much the price is?
2
for
million.
a car.
for a pre-order a flying car.
To 3 point. Oh, did you say billion?
You guys are way off.
Okay, 45 million.
You guys are way off.
I'm going to say for a flying car, so far, they're going to probably start the price at around maybe like 400,000, 300,000.
Iggy's the closest.
685,000.
Less.
545.
Less.
200.
200,000.
299.
Wow.
Interesting.
You'll be able to complete your configuration as production nears. 299.999.
Some cars cost more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, I like anything. I wouldn't want to be the first to buy one. But I would just if I see more than 5 or 6 cars fall from the sky, that just might be enough to deter me.
I like how it looks, man. It looks like the Jetsons.
This looks like a better version. This is obviously
It looks like the
Yeah,
gay.
that other one was made of cardboard.
It looks like the Batmobile if he was gay.
It was like them Red Bull videos where they're in the little, those makeshift carts.
Oh, it's got doors that the doors all come up
They
on
go,
the
oh,
side.
man.
Suicide doors.
Butterfly doors.
See, it doesn't solve. I'm not for it because all it's going to happen is it's going to be traffic on the M4, but you're going to be up in the air, not on the fucking ground. Because eventually they're going to have to make lanes and shit because cunts are going to be flying into each other and shit. It's going to be fucking chaos. So, like Joey said, you definitely don't want to be in like the first couple years of having one. You got to let them figure their shit out first. And then after a couple of air crashes and shit, they're going to make designated flying lanes and
an ejection seat with a parachute.
Yeah.
I'll die on this hill in 5 years. We'll come back to this. Is it going to be everything you see in Futurama, more or less, is going to be how it works?
You'll die in the air, more like
And,
it.
like, it's just, they'll have either the cars will be driving themselves, so they're in a line. You'll have the tubes. I reckon those tubes are the people going. I reckon that'll be real too.
Yeah.
The suicide booths, that'll be real because we'll live so long, you have to choose to kill yourself.
So
I reckon everything.
all that will be coexisting. So a
Yeah,
guy
100%.
taking his car in the air, next to it is a suicide pod, just a line of people just ending it.
Straight up, bro. I reckon 100%.
Also, just a little bit of backstory. They have been, looks like they've been trying to do this since 2015.
Oh,
like
wow.
was when the group, when they first kind of started designing it and stuff.
Yeah, wow.
Makes sense. 10
See
years,
this?
more than 10 years.
Proper ideas, okay? They're not buying a rusty tugboat discussing vegan menus.
attacks. Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, at least these guys are,
See,
trying
yeah.
to add to society.
Yeah. There's some that think they are, but there's some that actually are.
Can you imagine you were out fishing on the side and you just see that rusty ass smelly tugboat just
Yeah.
going by and they're all on there like they're all just ugly as fuck, birds in the hair and shit. You're like, fucking hell, man, they're ugly ass, but they're on there just full savages.
They got tofu shaped anal beads, just fucking.
What else is going on, fellas?
Did you guys see the flood that froze?
Yes.
Detroit, yeah.
Apparently, it wasn't from rain. It was from an old 1930s underwater pipe or something.
Well, that leaked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it
that
wasn't
burst.
rain. Yeah, it wasn't rain.
Oh, wow.
Apparently, it was the
then it
the
froze.
weather was currently below freezing, and then when it burst and come through for the ground,
Already freezing.
it froze over.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool though. I mean,
It looked pretty cool. There was
Yeah.
a guy climbing on a ladder that was erected outside the freezing water, and it wasn't. The ladder wasn't leant up against a wall. It was just sticking out of the water, and the
Because
guy
it was
was
frozen.
climbing
Wow.
this ladder.
yeah, here we go. There's some video footage there.
Wow, that's all
Wow.
frozen.
Yeah.
Look.
Cars are frozen.
That's kind of cool.
And there's actually some houses that their bottom level's fully engulfed by the frozen water as well.
Oh, actually, that would be it looks cool now, but as soon as that unfreezes, that'd be a cunt.
Oh my god!
Your house would be so wet and shit.
Some people deal with those kind of floods on the regular, but it's another thing when it's frozen water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And how quick does that bitch freeze for it the weather to be below freezing? It looked like it was snowing as well.
Well, I think if the weather is below freezing, if you just open like a water bottle and spill it out, it instantly freezes.
Is that
I'm
that
pretty
old
sure.
thing where you put your tongue on a pole and it sticks?
Like I actually think it instantly freezes if it's a certain temperature.
Yeah, wow.
Which is cool. I mean, in America, like we don't get that here. Like we're just hot as all the time.
Yeah. God, imagine doing a nudie run that cold.
Oh, my
a brave run.
microscopic sized penis
That's a
would be even
brave.
smaller.
That's a brave run.
Be inside yourself.
I'd literally have a vag.
A little dimple, like it's literally a dimple. Some pubes and then a dimple.
You got another one?
Yes. This is my last one. A bill was recently proposed in Ohio planning on fining men who ejaculate without the intent of conception up to $10,000.
Well, there's your solution to the kids' problem.
Yeah,
Fucking
so
hell.
I would hate to think of the amount of fines I'd have racked up if that was true.
Actually, that'd make having kids worse because people will want to come, so then they will be just fucking
And do you know-
busting loads.
Yes.
And you can't trust yourself with 1 month worth of ejaculate stored in your balls. You can't trust any fucking opinion or idea that you come up with. You know what I mean?
So wait,
So if you don't have an intent to literally conceive, they're trying to. And this is proposed.
Give you
it's
like
not
the snip.
passing. You'll be fined up to $10,000. But how would they know?
How would they know?
It's like, I was having my sex with the missus, and somehow she wasn't home anymore, and I was by myself, and the computer screen
Turned
came
on. It just turned on.
Yeah.
yeah, what the fuck? That's a weird one.
That'll never.
That
get
would
anywhere.
never work.
That won't
Yeah.
go anywhere, man.
I feel like society, they're trying to make the most biologically normal things like taboo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that shit. I feel like there's so many times where, you know, you ever just.
But how come they can make laws about what women do with their bodies?
But they're not saying that women could only masturbate with.
But they're still making a law and trying to pass a bill about your body, right? Which you don't like.
Well, it is it's the same concept.
Yeah, and I just Googled it. They're not trying to get it passed. It is purely just to showcase that there are laws which imprison women for getting abortions, and there are many a bill that have been passed about what women can do with their bodies, but as soon as a man is told what he can and can't do,
Wait, so that was a fake feminist article?
Yeah.
it's well, no. Like they've tried. From what I'm reading, I just let me get back to the article I was just reading. Sorry.
Fucking gaslighting feminists.
So, sorry.
Fucking hell.
Up to when would you say an abortion is okay? How far along?
I'm not familiar with the trimesters. What are the trimesters?
It's 3, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Like 20s, I think you can
no,
get
I
it.
think usually you find out you usually find out what anywhere from
6 to 12 weeks.
Let's say okay, so I think you definitely should be able to get an abortion up to 12 weeks. And
12 weeks.
considering you don't find out sometimes until 12 weeks, I think at a minimum 12 weeks, I would probably say I would be comfortable with 16 to 18 weeks.
16. Type in 18-week fetus.
I understand what that looks like.
Yeah, it's
I understand. I
mean,
understand.
Is 18-week fetus like a proper? Does it
That's
start
what's
to look like a baby?
It's a baby.
That's what's legal in Australia, though.
But I think
I support abortion. Like, obviously, if health of the mother or whatever that's no question, right? But then, like, the only problem is how far along do you call it? Like, when do you call it? You know what I mean? Like,
because some people think it's a baby when it's just like, you know, the egg just getting fertilized.
That's I don't agree with that. I think obviously if it's just a cells, it looks like. But when you get to stuff like 20 weeks, 18, I think in Australia it's 22 weeks or something.
Is it that late?
So I think we can all agree definitely 12 weeks because
Before it's a human.
You don't, but people think it's a human at conception, Iggy.
Some people, like, you can be, it's a spectrum, right? And it's like
It's a human as soon as you climax.
But I think ultimately the conversation that should be had is that I understand what you're saying, Dylan. I truthfully do, and I don't think that women should fall pregnant and then some people take the piss, and I understand that some women wait too long, and I definitely get that. But I also think that circumstances change, and I think ultimately no one should be able to tell a woman what to do with her body. None of you are carrying a pregnancy to term, and a lot of you can just ejaculate whenever and wherever you want.
That's great, yeah.
And then leave and don't have to. It's great that men do, obviously. I'm not saying you guys would do any of that, but ultimately it's not up for discussion with any of you because
I agree with that. And what I wish they would do is make a committee or a special thing of women with different
Agreed.
opinions who can come up with something. Right? I
Agreed.
don't know why they don't just do that in more governments. But what bothers me about the whole argument is the women who take the piss. Because then you see these activists and people who say they take this my body, my choice thing, which I fully agree with, but then they take it to that level where it is taking the piss and they're using abortion like it's like contraceptive. And they don't care at all until it's out of your vagina. They don't think it's a baby at all.
Yeah.
And it's like they will just, you should be able to have as many abortions as you want. I think fucking Reagan said this. He said, abortion should be safe, legal, and rare, right? And I agree with that. Like, it should be safe, legal, and rare.
And rare,
so,
yeah,
rare.
not-
How many
yeah.
abortions are you bitches getting?
There's
where
a
you're
lot
like,
of
you know what I mean?
but there is
Like,
a lot of people in the world. It's kind of like the planes crashing. Remember how I was saying, 87 this year? Be like, yeah, but how many planes actually fly out successfully? there's always going to be plenty of abortions because there's plenty of people, right? I just feel like there's, it is, like Tori said, it's like, it is hard when you tell someone what they can and can't do. But
I don't mean rare as in over the general population, but from each person's.
Oh, of course.
So like, there's multiple women who will have multiple abortions. If you're a woman having multiple abortions, and you're just saying, yeah, we can do whatever we want, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's when I kind of, but like when you're like Tory, who has valid arguments and the fucking, that's, I can agree with, and I can get behind that.
It's just like, I think what some people struggle to do is like, it feels so good coming inside a woman that like, it's just like, it's like adding cheese on your pasta. You just like, it just works,
And
right?
it's men like you that try to make the laws over what we can.
Not like me. Come on, I'm not the one passing it. I just cooperated the thing.
But yeah, I wish women would be in charge of it though. That's my main thing, because like it makes sense. Like let women handle it. Smart women, educated, scientific women. Get a panel of them and let them come up with the laws.
Yeah, exactly. It should be that.
And I think it would be fair, and I think it would be reasonable, and I don't think the piss would be taken. And I
agree.
I think
so. Would you have like similar to when, remember how it was poorly done, but remember how the Indigenous was like, oh, you want one Aboriginal in the? Would you have like a certain percentage of the Parliament or the House women that just look after things that directly affect women? Yeah, I mean that would be, I guess, kind of the route that would take.
It's
to
a
look
good.
like that?
It's a good idea to have a department that focuses on women's health and women's rights and shit. But then they could even have the government. They don't have to be directly involved in the government, but the government assembles a panel of scientists and women who can give suggestions.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Don't get confused. It has to be a fucking woman who's studied that certain thing for years and actually has qualifications.
But
and
why
shit,
men don't? The men that currently make laws about it do not have any.
What do you mean? Donald Trump is the most
And they
smartest man
shouldn't though.
ever.
That's what I'm saying. They shouldn't.
Good point. I agree with you. But the current men in Parliament that are making laws, especially in America, do not specialize in women's reproductive health.
What about Elon Musk?
They don't.
No. I don't mean in women's health. I mean that if the women that are in charge of it should have scientifical. They should be, scientists and shit like that. They should be smart women, not just the average day woman, because then it's too biased.
But you're allowing, but men currently are just the average day men making these laws. They're not fucking smart. Look at them.
No, that's just your opinion. See,
no, but
that's
they
just
don't-
no. Don't get it twisted. That's just your
But
opinion.
they don't have any sort of specialization in women's reproductive rights, which is what they are delivering bills on.
You're right.
Yeah. No, so
you.
that's what I'm saying. No, men shouldn't be allowed to do that. That's what I'm saying. It
But
should
they
be.
are.
Yeah, but I'm saying there should be a woman, but she needs to have studied what the
Of
fuck you're
course.
talking about. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
of
It can't
course.
just be a normal
Not
average
a
woman.
radical feminist that
then
uses that platform
Yes,
to...
exactly. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
trying to say.
I
It needs
get-
to be someone who's fucking studied what they're trying to fucking say. I'm not saying that it's right that men that haven't studied that are making the laws on that. I agree with that. I'm saying, but when the woman then gets in power, it needs to be the same thing. She needs to have studied what she's trying to defend and what she's fucking doing. Because then it just becomes, what we're doing is just opinions.
Yeah.
You don't know shit. You don't know shit.
Yeah.
I don't know shit. So what, you know what I'm saying? You have to study what you're fucking trying to
I
pass.
get what you're saying too, though, that like it wouldn't make much of a difference if it was just a panel of
Correct.
random women, because that's how it is now, except men.
Except,
so it'll be a little bit.
it would be a little bit better if it was women.
feel like-
because
But the
it's
way
our body.
I see it, right? If they were to, right now it's not ideal, but if they were to introduce this idea, like they're bringing it from scratch, why would they go from scratch and then just grab random people? Yep,
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's what. So like, I feel like it would be a panel of scientists and well-educated women because they have the chance to start that from scratch.
Yes.
They don't want to start it with Tara, who's studied 4 years. At
Yes, so
fucking
3 hair and
Harvard.
beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get exactly what you're saying though. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not ideal how it is now, obviously, and it's a hard thing to discuss. But like,
Especially it's hard to discuss when we're not women, so we just go like it's easier to just come in someone and be like, yeah, nice. But then I feel like they take on most of the role, not just before birth, but even the first few years after. Some would say the baby's whole life or the kid's whole life. But I feel like as the kid gets older, this is coming from someone that does not have kids, but you could attest to this. At the start, Dove would have been more heavily attached to Rose because you're just kind of the guy that planted the seed, and you could just be like, make sure Rose is comfortable. And then when Dove grows and then has more attachments look after herself a little bit more, she grows more attached to you as well. But at the start, it's kind of like the mother would bear the brunt of most of that, I feel. So I feel like when anything to do with like women's shit, it's like only they could know about what they go through, you know?
No. I've seen women upload a lot of like things, obviously on socials, where they're struggling because like their kid doesn't attach to them, and like they're literally like a full daddy's girl or like a daddy's boy, and then they get really upset with it and shit. I just feel like you're never gonna really know until the kid starts kind of really showing what it like. You know what I mean? Like I've seen, like I even know someone who told me, they go, bro, like when my kid was born, like it was only a daddy's fucking girl, like daddy's boy, and it was like hard, like it was hard, like because you're like, fucking hell, I've carried you for like 9 months and you only want your father. So like I feel like there'd be a lot more of that than we think. I reckon.
Oh, that was a very productive discussion.
Yeah, that was a good discussion.
Did you see the fucking Tekashi 6ix9ine and DJ Khaled got sent coffins with an upside down cross on it, and it said "Rip Drake" and "Rip OVO"? Did you see this?
No.
You didn't see
Why
it?
them?
They got, I don't know, no one knows, but they got these mysterious big black coffins sent to their house. They don't know who sent them.
I like DJ Khaled, man. I think he's funny.
He's funny.
Like, why is everyone threatening
I remember
this guy?
there's a clip of him on TikTok, and he was going around, and he's like, you never know what he's gonna say, right? And then he's walking down the driveway, music playing, and he walks up to his like Lambo or something, and it looks like coffee flavor, and he just looks at the camera, and he goes, cappuccino. It's like, and like the video is like 2 minutes, and all he says is cappuccino, but you're thinking exactly what he's saying, which is like, it does look like a coffee colored car. It's like cappuccino. Like, he's so
What is he
random,
doing
bro.
with? Oh wow,
Yeah, see?
they actually dumped it in the front yard. Weird.
And they said that the delivery drivers who dropped it off
Was probably
got on
not
their
like
knees
us.
and did a pray. They prayed before.
They prayed.
dropped
Fuck,
it.
they did a
Wouldn't you?
pray.
Prayed.
Yeah.
I'd call the bomb squad straight away. Say, bro,
So
what the fuck?
is that because DJ Khaled's heavily involved with Drake, right, producing and stuff? Is it R.I.P. as in like it's shots at them as well? But Rick Ross isn't. He's beefing. He was beefing with Drake. So
Not Rick Ross. Tekashi 6ix9ine
oh,
and
sorry,
DJ
sorry,
Khaled,
my
yeah.
bad. Okay, so Tekashi's maybe.
But then again, I was trying to figure. I don't think they're involved. They're not in OVO or anything. Those two guys.
no.
So I don't know what the deal is. Maybe
Probably
they
just
I
some
don't know.
Hollywood hoaxes, mate.
Yeah, it might be people taking the piss.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. If you're a star like that, right? How hard do you have to try to keep your whereabouts, like where you live, on lock? And as soon as that gets out, anything can be sent to your house.
Actually, and did you see that Drake recently cancelled the rest of his Australian and New Zealand tour, right?
Why?
And he flew his private jet, and he said because of scheduling conflicts. But that's just after this came out, so maybe he's gonna go get his affairs in order, or settle something, or do something. Because how can you?
How do you have a scheduling during the time of the tour? You just say, no, sorry, I'm on tour.
A lot of people are pissed off.
Well, because
about
he
it.
already done Perth and Sydney, so did he
Yeah.
not do Melbourne?
Probably
He
Melbourne,
didn't-
I think
Queensland.
he had 4 shows left in Australia, I think, and 2 in New Zealand or some shit like that.
The shows affected include Brisbane on Tuesday, Sydney on Friday, and 2 shows in Auckland. These were the last 4 performances.
and scheduling conflicts. So how can it be when you know ages in advance when you're going to be
Like
performing?
one of the biggest artists in the world's coming.
And then-
yeah. Interesting.
And then, but that's just after these coffins. So I
Who
don't
knows?
know.
It's-
He's shit himself.
He kind of,
and gone,
he
"Fuck."
kind of left hastily. Like he left quickly. Like people said they could like.
This is the flight's 27 hours or some shit.
So who knows?
I've got one more.
Let's go.
Sydney man gets bit by a blue ringed octopus.
yes,
One of the most venomous creatures in the world.
Do you get
and
bit?
this fucker survived.
Yes, I had this conversation with Rose. She said the same thing. I'm like, do you get bit? She's like, yeah,
Or
they
is
have
it on the
beaks. I'm like,
tentacles?
I thought they
I
stung
thought the
you.
tentacles-
No, they got
Yeah,
beaks, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
they bite you.
octopuses have like bird
So
beaks.
jellyfish are the only ones that
Yes.
that tentacles, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know they bite you either. It's fucking weird.
I thought they'd suck you off or something. Just wrap your tentacles around your ass and
Is that the guy there?
Yep, it full fucked him up apparently. Like was having real bad like problems with his heart, his nervous system. I don't even know how the fuck he survived.
he's got 8 cocks now with tentacles
Yeah,
on
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Like, with all those suction caps.
He said that he picked up a shell with his left hand, and as he looked down, he saw a blue-ringed octopus latched onto his thumb. Its little blue spots were pulsating incredibly blue, which means it's angry and pissed off, and it was biting me. Oh, wow. He shook the octopus off his hand, and at first he said he felt no pain. However, his thumb started to go numb. After 30 minutes, he contacted his wife, blah, 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 went to the hospital. As the paralysis from the octopus's venom progressed, he started to feel an immense weight pressing down on him, and his breathing was slowing down.
Oh, he was dying.
And how come the most deadly things look so beautiful? Like that octopus looks stunning.
Yeah.
He was then brought into an induced coma by an infusion of the sedative ketamine.
He's having a great
He just
time.
wanted some ketamine.
He's
bro.
looking for that octopus again.
Yeah.
He said in the week after the accident, he suffered 2 more incidences of short-term paralysis.
Yes, that's right. Apparently he passed out in the shops 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
So it
But
does
Wow.
full bad side effects, yeah.
that was at Balmoral Beach as well.
Crazy.
But he's fine now.
I can't believe he survived, man.
How small are these octopuses?
They're tiny.
They're tiny.
These octopi.
Are they actually, are they the most venomous in the world or just Australia?
In the world, I think.
First off, the blue ring octopus is around 4 to 12 centimeters long.
Fuck, it's tiny.
Like
that big?
this on the hand.
Oh, wow.
So,
Oh shit!
Tiny.
you know, like that.
So you don't
on the
even think an
palm.
octopus can get to that size? You wouldn't even know it's on you.
And what did you ask?
Is it actually the most venomous creature in the world or one of? Like how venomous?
Full alien, those things. Eh?
Crazy, bro.
Like-
So crazy.
Something so small, right? No matter how big and buff you are, how strong you think you are, that thing's taking you down.
Any octopus is incredible, man. Like the way they fit in those tiny holes and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's so crazy.
Yeah, call me an octopus.
The blue-ringed octopus is in a league of its own. Its venom is 1,000 times more powerful than cyanide. And this golf ball-sized powerhouse packs enough venom to kill 26 humans within minutes.
And this guy survived.
Can you survive a blue-ringed octopus sting? Yes, it's impossible if you receive very quick medical treatment. However, it can be quite dangerous.
I mean, it's
and
possible if you, not impossible.
It's possible to survive.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. And it can cause rapid symptoms. Yeah.
Wow.
Wild.
And he survived. What a lucky motherfucker.
See, like,
Yeah.
what are you thinking? You see that, you start panicking, and then all the symptoms start kicking in.
I'd be straight to that fucking hospital, bro. Quick, smart.
I chopped my thumb off as soon as I seen it happen.
Quick, smart. Even if it
I don't
wasn't
know
a
what
blue
I'd
ring
do.
octopus, I'd freak out and be like, bro, I need to go to the hospital right now. And then
Yeah.
because you start panicking, it makes the shit spread faster because your heart's pumping and your blood's full, like running and shit
Yeah.
through your body.
He waited 30 minutes before even calling his partner.
Yeah, well, that's what he
That's
said.
a man right there.
No. That's what he said. If you watch the interview, he said, he goes, I was trying to, in my head, shrug it off. And he goes, I'm so glad that my wife convinced me to go to the hospital because if I didn't listen to her, I'd probably be dead.
Yeah.
Like, well, no, you would be dead. Like,
Do you think that's typically a man thing, though? Like, I know
Yes.
for me, if like, you're like, oh, no, I'll be right. And then it's not until you get something that...
That's literally not you. You went to the hospital.
Okay, well, most men. Most men. I'd be already in, like, I'd be calling him before I even lifted up the shelf. I'd be like, there may be something dangerous under...
Yeah, that's not you, baby.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
she's been quick with it tonight. Really on
Yeah.
your back, eh?
I don't know. I don't know if we should keep having her as producer anymore.
Well, to end it there, I did a post. Is the Fun the God allowed to get takeaway after tonight's episode? After Tori's been roasting him all night. It's a fucking tie.
Well, lucky.
50-50.
Lucky
Voted for
for-
yes. Megalodon and Chloe voted for no.
I agree. We've got
It's-
steak at home.
Wow, it's 50-50.
Okay.
Look,
We've got steak at home, babe.
Okay. I mean, at least it's steak. Steak's better than...
then homemade burgers.
Okay. Well,
Guys, we'll do the poll again next week. Let's see if Joey can win
I just
some
want
takeaway.
KFC or Hungry Jacks, man. DZ, every time after this. What are you getting after this, DZ?
Actually, tonight I'm having burgers at home. So
Well, I guess that'll do us, eh, guys?
Yeah,
Guys,
for
as
sure.
always, thank you for listening. If anything we spoke about, you want to, leave your opinion. If something we said annoyed you, if something
Even
we
better.
said you agree with or disagree with, let
Kiss
us
my
fucking
ass.
Yeah.
let us know, man. Let us know. We love hearing it. We love talking on this fucking show. We love debating. We love fucking hanging out. So this
Yeah.
shit has been fucking sick. But let us know what you guys think as well. It's also very fucking important.
stream the music, get a hydro grip, stream Holloway's new album, stream Friendly Fire's latest song. What'd you call it? Find My Way or something? What was
Yeah.
it?
I can't even remember.
And guys, say no to veganism.
Eat meat, you pussies.